bad has the dating world become these days? You used to get to know someone realistically. You knew it was going to end up in a relationship if you were getting along. These days, for one, you don't know if you're one of 6,000 others. How are you meant to even tell if, you can start putting a bit more effort in? And you know what? A little brain fart. What is "you're too nice of a guy"? How is that even a rejection? I don't get that. We're doomed.
Let me tell you the reality of dating in your early 20s post-college, okay? People don't have hobbies. Yeah, online dating is a thing. It sucks. Everyone hates it. But the worst part is you ask someone oh, what do you like to do for fun? And they're like, oh yeah, I hang out with my friends and I watch TV. What? That's all you do? I'm sorry, watching TV is not a hobby. Okay, personal opinion, I don't consider it a hobby. Hanging out with your friends, fine. But what else do you do? What do you like to do for fun? Who are you as a person outside of work? Hanging out with your friends, going out on the weekend, and watching TV. No personality. I'm telling you, people just don't have any personality. I can't. I hate online dating. I hate dating. If you know someone who has personality, let me know.
I hate dating. If you're an entrepreneur, if you dropped out of college, dating sucks. And I'll tell you why. I don't complain about anything in my life. As a matter of fact, I think it's counterproductive and I think it's a waste of time. I just moved across the country on a whim to Arizona. And if you want to know the true reason why I moved from New York to Arizona was to find my wife. I'm a monogamous fucking man. I have had hoe phases. And there's a girl in my life that I'm absolutely in love with. I dated her 2 years ago, and I'm still, to this day, head over heels for the girl. If she called me today and said, I want to get with you, I'd literally leave Arizona and move. I'm that down bad or whatever. But here's the problem that I think you guys can also agree with. I just got done with a date. It's fine, whatever. I don't really care. But I noticed that so much of the dating culture now is about money. It's okay, I will date you and sleep with you if you have money. And maybe I'm around the wrong people, but I've been to big college towns, I've been to big cities, and the biggest demographic of women that find me attractive, 36 plus. Yes, I've been with 52-year-olds. And I'm not saying this to have any problems, and I'll tie it back into business. It's mainly about money, dude. These young girls that quote unquote people say are no to low value, I moved here to find my wife, to build a career in business, to grow my company, obviously, but I heard a quote by Elon Musk that says basically we optimize everything in the human world to get women, to get laid. And it's true. Think about it, bro. We spend all this time to get money, to get a house, to get a wife. And if you don't believe in wives, I'm sorry. If you're not a heterosexual male, this video does not apply to you. But I'm talking to heterosexual males out there that are trying to optimize every part of their life to try to find a high quality woman to spend their life with. And I seriously believe that I am high value. I have optimized my body to completion. I've traveled the entire country. I am building an empire right now, and I want somebody to run alongside with. I want somebody who also shares the same values, who also wants to improve their life. And yes, I'm not a multimillionaire yet, but I will be in a couple years. And I don't want to find my wife when I'm a multimillionaire, because then they're going to be like, oh yeah, well, let's sign a prenup and let's get all the things in order, and you're dating me because of my money. If I don't have a, girl hops in the car and she sees I'm driving a Prius. Oh, this is the car you drive. Yeah, it is. I bought it in cash. I took this thing across America 2 times. I've traveled the world with this car. I love this car. But it's a 2012 Toyota Prius. It's not a Lamborghini Urus. It's not a Maserati. Whatever it is. And it's okay, well, you like the wrong type of women, Alex. And I don't think that's it. I want high value women. And then there's even people in the woke community that says stop rating people on value. What I mean by value is people who want to be useful, who want to build an empire, a legacy, a company that actually provides other value to other people. That's what I mean by value. Do you want to optimize your health, your body, your mind, your bank account? And I'm veering off track from the rant in the app. But the point is, guys, I've been around the block, and I'm not an ugly male. I don't believe so, at least, unless I'm delusional and I can't see straight. But I'm not ugly. I'm insanely fit. I'm insanely goal-oriented and career-oriented. I go to the club all the time. I'm having fun, personality. I'm not always intense. I'm intense now because I'm kind of complaining. But it's always about the wealth and the status and the environments I put myself in. Yes, Phoenix and Scottsdale. they're pretty high up on the demographic of people who make money. But I notice I can't compete with the dudes because like these dudes are making millions of dollars. They're 30 years old and they're killing it. They're crushing it, and I love them. But I'm not there yet, and I want to still be able to find a woman who wants to run alongside me and not have to use me for my bank account. Just a total controversial take. It's something I've experienced. If you guys have any other thoughts, opinions, or concerns, leave them down below because I want to hear it. I want to start a little controversy. Blow this thing up to 1 million views and let's find myself a wife.
Morning. Can we talk about dating in Dallas? Because why is this shit so hard? Like, why is it so stressful? What is wrong with you? Niggas. Dating in Dallas is so much different than dating in Detroit or even attempting to dating in Detroit because the men in Detroit have no shame. In Dallas, it's like they'll look at you. They'll send you a drink. Hell, they'll cover your tab. They'll pay for your gas. Anonymously, though. Somebody who clearly is not in your league in Detroit will approach you because they don't give two fucks. You say no, you say no. I mean, you might get shot, you might get called a bitch, but it is what it is. I've been living in Dallas for almost 5 years and can count on one hand how many guys have approached me out in public. Because when I first got down here, I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, everybody's nice. They leave you alone and mind their business. I'm not getting bothered every time I go to the gas station, every time I step foot outside. Like, I'm getting hounded. Go to the grocery store and not feel like I'm part of the meat market. It was great. But after a couple months and nobody even approached me, I'm just like, am I ugly? But then I had to think about it. Like, Marissa, you don't smile. But what I'm going to smile at a stranger for? I don't know you. And then if I'm just walking around by myself smiling, like, I'll look fucking nuts. Then next thing you know, I'm getting put in a straitjacket, locked in a room with pillows on the wall. I just want companionship. And the crazy part about it is, like, I don't even know if I'm ready to start dating seriously because everybody who knows my past knows my past. I don't even got to go into that. But I'm still grieving. But I haven't been grieving the whole 4 years I've been here. Or the men who do want to date, they're married. They're married or they have a girlfriend. Or they have somebody that'll knock their head between a washer and a dryer if they found out that they were talking to somebody. Because who fine and single? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, y'all have a good day.
So a while back, I went on this date with this girl, and after the date, we kind of stopped talking, so I reached out to her to see if we could maybe set up a second date, but she was basically saying, hell no, because I was a bad first date. But let me tell you why, like, I respect that so much, and why it was super nice. My TikTok For You page recently has been littered with, like, dating story times of people, like, basically shitting on another person they went on a date with. But the more I listen to some of them, I'm just like, wait, hold on. Self-reflection and self-accountability in dating, like, where the hell did that ever go? Because I feel like everybody is so quick to be like, that person sucks. Or you know what? Even beyond that, girls suck, guys suck. Yo, what if you suck? Circling back to the girl who kind of just roasted me. Thank you so much, B, by the way. It was like, I felt like I was kind of like the more extroverted one in that scenario. So she's absolutely right. Like, I think I was trying so hard to just like drive the conversation, like fill all the possible awkward silences by just yapping away, whereas I could have spent that time trying to get to know her a little more. And now, like, ever since that date, I have been like implementing that feedback every time I date somebody, where it's like, I need to make sure, like, I can talk a lot if you let me, but like, I need to make it so that like there's a healthy balance. Like, it's a 50-50 thing. And it's really made my dates after her go a lot better. And I know the first thing you want to do after a date a lot of the times is debrief it with a friend, debrief it with maybe your TikTok audience. And I warn you to be careful in doing so, because in doing that, like, you're sharing your account of it. So the person listening is always going to be polarized. Like, it's going to sound like any bad part of the date, any bad qualities were not on your behalf, it was on the other person's behalf. So you tend to deflect problems and blame away from yourself. But I fear that I must clock you here and say, if you were such a good dater, then where's your mans? Where's your woman's? This is not a dig at anybody, but it's just like, I just wanted to bring this to light because I know a lot of us in our 20s and 30s are in like a dating limbo right now. Like, it's definitely not easy to meet anybody, but it's also not making it any easier by denying any accountability that you could be the one kind of just like causing some problems on the date. So I don't know. I just challenge you to kind of like think of it differently that way. Cause for me, I'm just like, I mean, like, I know I suck sometimes and it's whatever, but like, all I know is that as I learn, as I grow, like when I meet my potential partner one day, like this was the practice that helped me like nail it when I meet my partner. And I don't know, like, maybe you guys could like see that perspective too. But peace out.
Relationships, let's talk about it really quick. I'm no expert, but listen, all of you saying that I can't find a good partner, I give up on dating, love don't exist anymore. Listen, change your perspective, because a relationship is something to be built over time, not something to be found as is. A relationship is two people choosing to serve each other every day, not two people saying, hey, what can you do for me? God came on this earth into flesh to serve others, not to be served. Right? A relationship is a sacrifice. You're dying to yourself daily, right? You're serving your partner. That's what love is. Love says, what can I do for you? Lust says, what can you do for me? That's the difference. And if it's one-sided, that's an issue, because that's unequally yoked, right? It's never going to work if one person, right, is moving by love and this person is moving by lust. It's not going to work that way. Hope that made sense. God bless and go in peace.